each year suffer from identity theft. And you know, the idea of it is, it's not 6 degrees of separation, it's like a quarter of degree of separation. Everyone we know has been affected by it. And what we have coming up next is something called Guard Your ID. With just the roll of the stamp, you can camouflage some of your most important information, whether it's on an 8x11 sheet of paper, whether it's a cardboard box, whether it's a pill bottle. All of this really, really important information you would never want anybody to have contact with. What you're getting from Guard Your ID is a 3-piece protection set. You'll get 3 individually boxed rollers that at guardyourid.com would be $13.24. We have all 3 of these for less than $20. And the good news is, if you want to make a $6 stocking stuffer, you can pick up more than one. We'll drop $3 off the purchase price, which is great because it makes it kind of fun to protect your ID. So choose your color. We started with around 5. Now we're down to 3. Here's your turquoise, here's your green, and here's your purple. It's V34503. Diana C. said joins us. I got to tell you, protecting your identity, kind of fun, thanks to Guard Your ID.
Exactly, and it's so easy and simple to use. And I want to show you what we're doing. What makes this so unique too is on the stamp surface are actually all these characters. So they're kind of like an encryption, like you said, or they're scrambled. So when you roll this over your personal information. So for here, for instance, I have a prescription receipt that has name, address, phone number, medications you're taking, doctor you go to, medical information, and a date of birth. All pieces of information that you don't want to get into the wrong hands. And so by simply swiping that over, now you can't read that information from the front or the back. You can safely take this and throw it into your trash or recycle bin and know that a dumpster diver isn't going to be able to wander off with that information and potentially open accounts or, you know, do damage to your credit and that sort of thing.
And look how easy it is.
Simple.
I mean, with the swipe of a roller. And how many of you take this same exact sheet of paper, or you try to ruin your manicure by getting all of this information off of, you know, your pill bottle, when you can finally throw information like the tax returns, the prescription receipts, the mailable checks in the trash now, and not ever have to think about it again.
Exactly, and this is really something that anybody can use because, you know, even if you have a shredder, you can't shred the pill bottles, you can't shred the boxes. I get all kinds of things in bubble mailers nowadays.
Exactly.
So it's something anyone can use. And then think of like the young people on your list, maybe out on their own for the first time, college students, your niece or nephew or somebody. You know, they really need to learn to get into the habit that, you know, no matter what it is, whether it's a bank statement, whether it's their tax returns.
Information that's on here. You've got 2 social security IDs, you've got your physical address, your first, middle, and last name. I mean, that is all anybody needs.
And not to mention, you know, your income.
Exactly, which is most important. But that's with a swipe of a roller, now completely non-discernible to anybody that may come across that information.
Absolutely. And you know, identity theft starts with just your name and your address. And these dumpster divers really look at your trash can, your recycle bin. It's like a puzzle to them. They might find one key piece of information like that date of birth we saw on one thing. They might find your name and address just on a piece of junk mail. They find, you know, maybe the last couple digits of a credit card on another. So it's
Let me
really
interrupt
important.
you on this one because this is glossy as opposed to matte. How many of you make it a personal point to dig a pin into the glossy paper to try to get all of that information away? And half the time you end up breaking the pin. Now, within just a few moments, it's dry. And when you think about the set of 3, right? Well, you see that this woman's right here in her dining room, let's say. That's one roller stamp. But then you may have one by the door where you set your mail down, where you come in every single day. And then maybe for that 3rd one, you have it in your office.
Wherever you pay your bills.
We get so many different pieces of mail. We print so many things off. It's nice to have a set of 3. And because you've got this wide roller set, I feel like you use this less than you have some previous sets because of its capacity. And for the price of less than $20, take a look at that if sold separately price tag of $39.72. I ask you, in the season of stocking stuffers, really affordable purposeful gifts, why not break this up and instead of getting them a box of candy, making them sweet goods that go straight to your hips and you're like, gee, thanks a lot. I'd rather you help me protect my identity with something that's fashionable, but that I can use every single day. So here's your teal. We also have green and we have purple. It's a close to $40 value that you're getting for less than $20. And if you pick up a second set, which a lot of you are, you'll drop that purchase price down to $16.98. Purple is disappearing extremely quickly. And don't forget, we have Easy Pay, 5 of them for $4. And because we have our holiday gifting return policy, if for some reason someone decides not to use this, they have until January 31st to return it. Or if they say, you know what, I'm not really a teal girl, I would have preferred purple, they can exchange it as well.
Exactly. Now this is something that we all receive. They come in credit card statements, things we didn't ask for. These are very, very dangerous. These have your name, your address, they have your full account number on them. You know, you never want to hand this to a stranger on the street.
No.
So don't just throw it into your trash can or recycle bin without blocking the personal information on that.
And it amazes me how many companies have access to give you pre-written checks that anybody could write and take out money for you. And it comes in the mail.
Right. I probably get them like twice a month.
I know. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, who am I?
Right. But you know, we pay bills and you have to send part of it back to the company and the other part of that. What do you do with it? You know, if you just throw it in your trash, it's got your account numbers, it's got all your information on it, bank statements, medical information is also very important. You don't want to throw that away. That's another facet of identity theft, is that people, they steal your identity and then go get medical services in your name. You know, it's very sad.
And the other thing that, I mean, as we're watching you do this, I mean, it is truly a swipe of a roller. I do feel like if you were a girl and you remember being a small child, we loved stamping things. So in our genetics, this is like, ooh, we're stamping away identity theft? Perfect.
It is.
But it's also way more efficient than probably what you're already doing, which could be cutting it up into 20 different pieces and sprinkling it amongst the recycling bin, the trash can, and then the new recycling bag that you had set up for next week.
Yes, exactly. Don't just tear these things and try and scratch them out. You know, this is the medical information here. It is so simple, so easy, and I love to do this just while I'm watching TV at night. I zip, zip, zip. I get tons of catalogs this time of year, tons of junk mail. You can just zip away. Again, you can use this on your mat and your glossy papers. So those catalogs, it does have a little dry time, but you can see that right there on the glossy.
All right, $700 now spoken for this morning in late night gifts. Remember, it's a $39.72 value. You get all 3 individually boxed, so it works out to be a $6 gift. Buy more, save more. If you're picking up more than one, drops the purchase price down to $16.98. Here's teal, green, and now very limited in that purple. It's V34503. Well, don't you girls look like a cute little vision over there in your Muck Lux?
We're comfy cozy, that's right, in our Muck Lux gift set. So I love that this comes boxed and ready to go for you. It's a 3-piece set where you're going to get a hat, you're going to get a scarf,